All right, this is the first play where Daniel Harris got beat on the motion concept. I'm going to go ahead and run this out to basically what we're running here. Because he's on the backside of trips right now, he's basically locked up in man. What they're doing is they're matching up right here to take care of this with him over the top of it. He's got his eyes here, and obviously he's got his eyes here. I'm not attested to what happened here because they switch off with the motion. So as he comes across in motion right here and brings it to basically 2 by 2, you can see the switch off. You can see Damon coming off his guy because he knows no longer his guy's there. He's reading through him to the quarterback. You've got him now, Everett, on this guy. And what you'll notice Daniel Harris do is he backs out of there because now they're matching the safety, Dan Jackson, to his side. Malachi's telling him over here what he needs to be doing based off what he has. And then Dan Jackson is working with this. I think what happens is Daniel gets caught up watching inside too much and doesn't see the switch off because now he's the inside receiver and the guy that's in motion is truly the outside receiver. So he should be switching him off. He's got him, and safety's got to take care of him wherever he goes, okay? But right here, because of the conflict that they're putting, Daniel Harris in, which I don't really call it much of a conflict because he's bailing in zone anyway. He should be flipping his hips and turning and running anyway. I would be, especially if I'm getting wheel concept. He's coming down here. He's got motion to take off. So Daniel's got to be a little bit more prepared for this, honestly. My feelings are, how much film did you watch, Seven? How much film did you know about this guy right here, knowing that he's about to blow your socks off because you don't have the ability to turn and run with this? Because the inside safety is going to basically take, the inside receiver, number 2 receiver now is going to take the safety out of this. And right now, you got a 5-yard head start on him. You've got cushion on this guy, but yet he still blows by you because I think you're thinking, okay, I'm going to bracket, and oh crap, he's gone. You can see when it comes back in the frame, he's got you the 5 yards you had him to begin with. So that tells me he was full speed, never quit moving, never got, never slowed up, never put on a move whatsoever. He was full speed, and you got caught watching in the backfield, and your eye discipline cost you right there of a long reception. All right, this is a trickery play that definitely takes care of Everett and Malaki, 2 guys that are seasoned vets, and they get basically they get tricked, and there's nothing you can do about it right here. What they're going to do is bring the inside guy over, and what they're going to make this look like is they're running some kind of like power scheme or counter tray with an H and a wide receiver, which is kind of unique. Because what you see here is a running back really give a solid fake off of this. He's going to just give a small boot off of this. And this guy's coming over looking like he's going to be blocking, and then he slips by Dalen and Malaki both. Now, right now, because he's nubbed, Dalen Everett is nubbed to a quad set. So I would think that he is basically a flat force defender. So this is really on 24 right here. 24, it's second and goal. And I'm curious. All right. Guys, this is second and goal. We've backed them up. They had the ball on the 3-yard line from Daniel Harris's where he got burnt, and they basically have backed him up with penalties. It was very loud. I was in the stadium. I know how loud it was. And, we've got these guys backed up. It's second and goal. And, guys, this is all on 24. I would say we're in a flat force concept right here because it looks like we're in halves because right now everybody's over here in quads. And I know we're not in any kind of man because if we were, Dalen Everett would be on the other side right now. So we're running some type of either cover one. It's got to be a half over here to this side because if not, then this is both Dalen and Stark's fault. If they're in a half, then, Dalen has got flat force to defend. But if there's nobody really, threatening the flat, he should be, coming up to take that on. But he also should be, dropping as well. But Malachi's got his eyes in the backfield. He comes downhill because they show this action like they're bringing the H back and the wide receiver over here for some kind of power scheme. The F-back goes away with just a small boot, and all this guy does is he just slips off of that and runs right by both of these guys. Honestly, I'm going to have to say that I claim more Malachi's problem than Dalen's problem, but it's really both of them. These are 2 seasoned vets right here that allow this to go by after we back them up as far as we have. See the slip? Looks like he's going to block. He slips it, and that's just an easy pitch and catch. But you see who's running with him, everybody blaming Dalen. But realistically, it's more this guy's fault right here than it is Dalen's fault. It's both their faults. But honestly, when you got safety help over the top of this, you should have somebody bracketing this right now with him trailing, if all possible. But, Malachi's worse beat than Dalen is right here, and they just made them look silly. Now, there's two things out of this that really frustrates me. First off, this is a completely legal play because we play so much man-to-man. He's locked up, he's locked up, he's locked up. But what Mississippi State's about to do is run a slip screen off of this, and we end up getting a unsportsmanlike conduct for roughing the passer on a 3rd and 10 play that we really needed to get off the field on, okay? And, I sit here and look at it. When you're a defensive staff and when you're a defensive coach, especially a coordinator, and you're in this situation, this is the worst nightmare for a coordinator. You want to get off the damn field, and you have someone that just is stupid right there. The ball is released. F-back's going to slip out off of this. He's going to let Damon clear. Tackles coming out, guards coming out. This guy actually goes to block to seal whoever's at the second level nearest side. So he's coming down the block right here, and, of course, it's going to end up being looks like C.J. Allen on that play, because what's going to happen, because this is man-to-man, Ja'Cory is going to follow his guy in there while he's just setting him up to go block him. So he takes him to the play, blocks him. They run each other off. F slips, and I'm going to tell you right now, even though it looked like we had just a little bit of a chaser, if he can complete this football right here, because this is legal, you say, well, how can he be blocking him downfield? Well, the reason why he can block him downfield right here is because he's catching it behind the line of scrimmage. So you got this tackle out here. Look at all this space out here for this tackle. There's no way Warren is going to catch that if he completes it, but he throws it to his other side, and it's an incomplete pass. But again, 3rd and 10, I mean, you just got to be smarter than this. And this is just someone who hasn't played enough, I guess, yet to where that's just what you don't do. The ball's released. You've got any chance. I think it's bad because I think it's taken away from the fact of what if he decides not to throw the football and he keeps it? That's a sack. But yet he throws the football away. We give that last little shove at the end, and this guy is just dying, and the white hat behind him is just dying to throw the flag right there. So it's just really a poor situation on our part off of this. But I'm really more worried about the fact of what if they actually completed this pass right here? Because if he completes that, he's got everybody running out. That's a big gain for them. But still, stupid play to keep your defense on the field, to keep a drive alive by a stupid penalty. You want me to show you how the safety fills a hole? And even though he doesn't make the tackle here, this is what doing this kind of aggressiveness shows. They're in a quads bastard set. They're bringing the last receiver around. They're going to run an end around. So you're going to get a block. You're going to get a block. You're going to get a block. He's going to go try to find somebody too in space. We're in zone to this. We kind of got it, apex like this. But I want you to watch Dan Jackson come downhill in this, and how being aggressive, even though missing the tackle, causes the running back to have to adjust to his speed. So everything looks good right now for them. They've got a good play set up. What I'm noticing are these things right here. What's this guy and this guy, our two primary linebackers? How come they're not punching and pressing and getting off of this and driving these guys back? This is the problem I have. Drive them back. I know you're working on big dudes, but this is a skill player. This is a skill player. Be stronger than them. Use your power cleans. Use your squat ass and drive these guys back into his running lane so he has to make a decision quicker. But because we're just sitting there on blocks and just waiting for the gap to take place, here comes my headhunting safety that I want to see right here. Dan Jackson don't give a damn. He is coming at full speed, full head of speed, matchstick this guy. And I wish he would have struck the match, but unfortunately he misses. But I want you to watch his speed coming downhill. And what he does right there by that, see, we're still on blocks. Get off the blocks. Get off the blocks. But because he does this right here, now he makes him have to adjust and slow down, and that allows help to arrive. So then we can make a tackle. No, we don't. We missed 12, and he still gets a couple of yards. But him coming downhill and doing that should allow the defense, who should be getting off blocks, to get to the football. And unfortunately right now, that is just not. I tell you, this is a backbreaker when you have a perfect play call. Again, we've got 3rd and 10. This is the third series that we're going to extend the drive. We've got the perfect X stunt, pushing across with our 3 technique, running the X stunt with our jack right here, and it's just a beautiful stunt. I think Chambliss couldn't have been cleaner coming off of this. But again, because he, is not as athletic as that quarterback's able to move out of his way, and Shamlish rips his helmet right off the top of his head right there. And honestly, I don't really know if there's anything different we could have done about this situation. But still, this is just a backbreaker. This is 3 defensive series in a row where it is 3rd and 10, 3rd and 12, 3rd and 10 again. No, the one with Chris Cole was 3rd and 7. But when you get your defense off the field, that's so much better than extending drives. And in this case scenario, again, we keep the defense on the field even longer because we can't make a tackle when we get home on a blitz. And sometimes this happens, but man, is it frustrating when you've had 3 of these now in that situation. Honestly, I can't say anything else. This is more effed up than a football bat. I really just question our want to right here. They're going to get base zone out of this. What you're going to see is Warren Brinson kind of run and get blocked, and he just kind of upfield right here. I watched him getting chewed on the sideline by Schuman and Kirby both. But you attack it and you sit down on this. What you want to do is bounce this. If you run upfield, you give him an automatic hole. But this is Jalen Walker and Raylan Wilson, 2 guys we know we want to count on from this position. You've also got safety help that you should have on this as well. And I think if I'm not mistaken, this H is actually going to wheel up to him, try to block him. Obviously, he's blocking him. But I'm even looking, where's Malaki Starks at on this play? You got flow away from this. He should be kind of coming in here and trying to get to it as well. But the first thing I really see that just bothers me is just the overall play by our front. You can see Warren Brinson runs upfield, creates the natural scheme, and there's our 2 linebackers. We should have a guy fitting on the outside shoulder right here to blow this up, Raylan working over the top, not engaging right here, but trying to get skinny and get off of that and make the play. But because Warren runs upfield, it creates a natural hole here. Now Dan Jackson's got to come up and try to take on this H-back blocking, and I'm sitting there thinking, okay, if you attack this angle where he's at, which side do you want to be on, Dan? You want to work outside shelf, right? You want to work outside shelf because you want to make him cut back to where you got help at right here. But again, I know he's trying his best to get off that block, but 18's doing a damn good job of blocking his ass right there. So, he lets him stay outside. Everybody's saying, well, he's getting held. Not really. Not getting held. Where's Malaki at? Malaki getting there late, and Humphreys still can't get off a block. This is something that really bugs the piss out of me of how we can't push people off and get off blocks, and we end up getting pushed around because we're not doing any kind of punch and press. We're not trying to move anybody when we get on blocks. I mean, watch the linebacker level right here. It's just unbelievable how we get stuck on things like, fly paper, man. If I was Mississippi State, I'd want to pick on Janelle Aguero too, something that I thought for the longest time that I was wanting to see him way he would be covering in pass coverage. I really thought because he'd be covering Dominic Lovett a lot because he's covering the slot position, the number 2 receiver. They're just straight up man. You got man, you got man, you got man. So you got your nickel on, corner on, safety on. So you got 2 safeties, you got a free safety in the middle of the field, playing games up front right here. But still, I just sit here and watch, even with what they've got open here, 2x2 set, I'm sitting here watching, we're playing man off and they're thinking seams. But even right here, if, this guy runs the inside slant, safety Malaki can't get to it if it's a well-thrown ball because of the off-man coverage. But right here, he decides to go up top against Janelle. And see, I'm saying because of the differences, we've had an interception by KJ. We've had a couple of burn situations where we've had long explosive plays against us. And then all of a sudden we have a play where, Van Buren, who's been throwing the ball very well, I'm sitting there thinking to myself, why are you here, safety? Why would you be here in this situation? If you're in the middle of the field and you're the deepest guy right now, why are you behind the action? Shouldn't you have some depth? Especially when you're watching your quarterback here, never move and look at him the entire time and throw the football. Why are you right here? Why are you not back here working across like you did on the other play where you made the interception at? So, again, just poor eye discipline right there to get depth over the top of the deepest player and help yourself out. But, guys, give credit to Van Buren right here. He throws an incredible football. And Janelle Aguero's in pretty good shape, but, he throws it where he's not. And this is what's frustrating as a defense when you have 3 different series where you give them extended plays and extend their drive on defensive penalties, and then you get plays like this that hit you because these are the plays we can live with if all those other series are dead. because we've gotten the ball back on offense because we haven't caused a stupid penalty on defense. But when you have stupid penalties on defense that extend drives and extend plays, mind you, this is the Chaz Shamlis face mask series. Now we give them a chance to make this kind of play. So, there's a lot of different things going on. It's what I'm seeing in just the safety play that's just inconsistent, that'll drive you nuts as a fan watching the game, but also as a coach bearing on this situation. Is I see the inside slant kick got thrown, KJ's not as deep, and he throws a perfect ball over the head into a basket. I'm just not sure about this play because to the short side of the field, you got to the boundary here. They've got 3 guys here, but yet we have 4 over the top of 3. We've removed a backer that I really think needs to be more inside the seam right here because this is just piss poor across the board with what we've got coming up front. KJ's over the top of everything to the trip side, so he's a secondary run support. They're playing man right here, thinking they're going to get some kind of fast screen to this side. But I want you to watch Raylan Wilson in our front right here just get blocked continuously. There's no one wanting to get off their block. And like I said, this was something last year that Raylan and CJ both did a poor job of, is they would let guards get hands on them and they couldn't get off blocks. They showed it a lot better at the beginning of the year that they could get off those blocks. I even mentioned that in a Raylan Wilson preview that I did on him. But I mean, they're not going to call holding for this no matter how much you want this. This is just want to. This is get off the damn block. And we're just not doing it. And then Malaki runs up like he's on a slip and slide. KJ's coming up late taking a poor angle. And now all of our man-to-mans are coming over. And I mean, it looks like a freaking circus clown car act right here of them getting out. So, I mean, this is just something that really bugs me because these are guys we definitely want to count on. This is either Gabe or Damon. It looks like Damon. You got Nazir Stackhouse. It looks like you got TID on this side or McLeod. I can't tell right here. And you got Chambliss with Raylan Wilson sitting there. So you got 5 guys, and all 5 of them get blocked. They perfectly 5 block 5, and we've got everybody else in man. So our next run support guy is this guy right here, and watch him come up on a slip and slide while he's getting blocked. And, I just don't understand it. We just look so lost at times, and it's really bugging me because I know we're better than this. Actually, it's Gabe, not Damon. I know we're better than this. This is what drives me nuts in the inconsistencies we are seeing. I hate to say it, but we just got out schemed right here. Either, I don't say out schemed, but I don't see if in this case scenario, if Janelle's got the tight end, Humphreys has got him, and he's going to pass him off to the safety because he gets inside motion, and he's going to run with him. What I don't know is why we don't pass him off to the safety and let the corner take the running back out of the backfield. This is 4th and goal. It's 34-17. We've stopped them here in another, inside the red zone stand, inside the gray zone, wanting to take care of business here inside the 5. And you got Raylan Wilson, who is sitting right now on top of the hash. If he's got this guy man, he needs to be over here a little bit because CJ obviously does not have him, I guess, in this case scenario, because you're going to notice when it's released and they send him out because they're going to get the inside zip motion. So Humphreys is passing him off. You'll see Gennaro's going to run. Janelle Aguero's going to run with the tight end. Humphreys and KJ are doing something here, I guess, with this inside receiver. I don't know if they're switching him off or not. But Raylan, I don't know where his eyes are at. This is his guy right here because CJ's on a fire blitz, obviously, off of this. So this is completely Raylan. Raylan just did not have a good game defensively. And honestly, I'm telling you the truth. Our inside linebacker play in general is not doing so well since really the Clemson game. But I'm just really confused right here. If he's on a fire blitz and he knows he's got him man, why in the world is he not already moved over just a little bit at least to get some leverage right here? Because the only place he can go is a cross face, which he could go with him if he went that way. But he's straight on an arrow route, which should put him right here. Because what they've done when I said he's out schemed is realistically what they're trying to do is they're trying to create traffic with this inside zip motion, this motion right here, to set basically a picket fence so that Raylan can't get across here in time to get the running back out of the backfield. And you can see here they run it to perfection. It sets up a perfect wall, but Raylan's not even looking. Right now his eyes are still on the quarterback, and there's his guy coming out of the backfield right there. I mean, he just now realizes, oh crap, there's my dude. Wide open. He almost falls down anyway. That's crazy.